Okay, Matthew, how are you doing? Here is your beautiful bargain of a watch. It's made me so happy to see it. Um, I love a bargain as much as the next guy, and it never bugs me when someone else comes up with one. And you landed a good one. This is a nice watch. Let's talk the numbers. It's got a lot of beat error. It's out of adjustment, and it's gaining time. But the amplitude is in the lowish 200s. That's good. That means the movement is in physically good condition. It needs servicing. It's a good 50 points low, 50, 60 points low from what it should be. But this is quite decent. And look at how clean the signal is. We're seeing two lines, and that is a visual representation of this beat error number. When there's no beat error, there's only one line. When you start seeing two lines, that's beat error. It's a quick glance way for us to see that we've got some beat error. But look at how clean it is. Look at how clean it is. And look at the movement. I mean, the movement's a little hazy, but I mean, it's got some nice shine to the plates. Your case back seal is just like plastic, stuck into the case too. But your case back is beautiful. Look, we clean this up. It'll look nice. It still has its original machining lines. Fakers these days, they try to replicate this by spinning the case back. But what that does, that's actually the reverse of how Seiko did this. The way Seiko did these is they manufactured the case backs, including doing the spinning, and then they stamped it. So it means that all the edges of all this stamping stands up. It stands a little proud. And when fakers go and they spin these, they grind all those raised edges down. And so it's so nice. And you can see it's got nice clean surface here. It's one of the things I look for. It's kind of a weird detail to look for, but I always look at these case backs first. Always look at these case backs first. Okay. Because it's important. And it tells me how many miles the case back had on it, how long it was on a wrist. When I see this, it wasn't really, relatively speaking, on someone's wrist for a long time. Oh, that's a nice watch. Nice watch. Yes, in answer to your question, October 1971, deep into the Nixon administration's first term. So a long time ago. Let me get this case back on here. No, it's a good watch. It's a good watch. The buttons are bright and clean. Hazy crystal. Ooh. Really? I gotta check something. That looks like that chronograph wheel was stopped. Looks like the chronograph was stopped at 58 and the watch was still running. We talked about that, didn't we? If that's the case, the chronograph wheel is bad, and that's a problem. Because that's a rare part. Very rare for these. Hard to find now, and expensive. So we're gonna see this thing come around. Gosh, that's too bad if that's the case. I can fix this hand loom. That's not a problem. And the dial is beautiful, and it's a nice resist dial with the long handset. It's right when the changeover. If this was earlier in 1971, back into March, that would be the short handset. But okay, let's see. Let's see this at 58. See what happens. See if that stops, and then I'm going to listen to it to hear if it's still running. Grinds to a halt. Let's see if it's running. Oh, it kicked over. It pushed over, so it's weak. Okay, I'm going to try to do this again. Here's the thing. I want to make sure. I really want to make sure that the chronograph wheel, if this thing comes around to 58 and the whole watch stops, then we're okay. That means the chronograph minute counter assembly is just gluey. But if the watch continues to run happily, then that means that the clutch is slipping, and that's a major problem. So let's hope. So this can be a little boring. We're just waiting for this to come around to the top again, and we're going to see what happens. We're just waiting. It looks like the clutch is slipping as it's going. I can see the hand sweep slowing and coming back. So we're going to wait and see what happens here. Oh, look at that. It pushed it right over. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. I'm not going to know until I'm in there, honestly. You're going to have to think about it though. I hope to goodness that part is not bad. I hope to goodness that part is not bad. Cuz that'll add $125 to the job immediately. But, you only have $75 into this watch. That's nothing for one in this condition that's original. But the big challenge is, do I even have one? I don't even know that I have one. I'm going to have to check and see. Yeah, look at that sweep band slow down. Huh. That's really funky. Interesting. All right. Well, you tell me if you are committed to moving ahead. If you're not committed to moving ahead, if you don't want to make the kind of investment this thing will take, let me know. I'm also very interested. I would buy this off of you because I can certainly work on it, and I love the way that it looks. Okay, it's just coming up. Let's see if it stops. No, it pushed over. Okay, let's be hopeful. Okay,